How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and today I got a box. I got a box from Hallmark.com, a Christmas ornament. So let's get to it. Let's rip it open. Let's see what is inside. What is inside is the Hallmark Keepsake ornament for 2022 Sega Genesis. One of the Hallmark Keepsake ornaments, Sega Genesis 1. It says on the back that it was created by an Orville Wilson from Keepsake. Orville Wilson and his family enjoy celebrating the holidays with lots of different Christmas trees, each featuring a unique theme. There's a Santa tree, an angel tree, and a treat tree, and several others. He also likes exploring lots of different subjects and design styles in his work as a keepsake artist. Luckily for fans, that love of variety means that it is always easy to find the perfect Orville ornament for any tree, no matter the theme. Signed by Orville Wilson. So there you go. Batteries are included. They're little baby batteries. By the magic of video, surprise, surprise, I already put them in. You're going to need a little jeweler's Phillips head screwdriver to get that out, because, you know, these days, kids are weak. They don't want them to eat in batteries. When we were kids, they didn't care if we ate batteries. Actually, it's probably our generation's fault that they put all these little tiny screws on everything, because I'm sure our generation ate batteries. So, and this is what I love. You got your 3-button original controller. This is the Genesis 1 version with your Sonic cartridge installed. And there's your little eye-bolt eyelet to hang it from your tree. I don't hang these from my tree. I hang them in my game room. So, you know, 2 years ago I got the NES one when it came out with Super Mario Brothers. Last year I got the SNES one with Super Mario World. They came out in about the summer, and this probably came out this past summer as well. I went back and forth on it. I saw it different times. I wasn't going to get it, and that's only because I didn't get this Genesis for Christmas originally. I got the NES in Christmas of '86, the SNES Christmas of '91, and then somewhere around, I'm going to say probably '93, I went ahead and bought a Genesis. By then it was a Genesis 2 that came out. I can't remember what came with it, probably Sonic 2 at that point. My older brothers have both moved away, one of them in a different state. They both had Genesis where I had the Super Nintendo, and at one point I'm like, I want to get a Genesis 2. So I had a job in a deli, walked across the plaza, there was a Kmart there. I had a paycheck from my deli job, went into Kmart, and I put a Genesis 2 on layaway, and then I got it. And I rented a bunch of games for it. I only bought a handful at the time of games for it. But mostly I was a Nintendo guy. And that goes into another story, that Genesis 2, another video rental place, had the Sega CD, and I rented that with a couple of full motion video games that I didn't like. And that was my impression of the Sega CD. I didn't like it. I rented it for a crazy price for like a 2-day weekend. It was expensive as heck just to rent it, and I rented a couple games for it. Sewer Shark was one of them. So it didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. But the Genesis, of course, I have one now, and I have a Sega CD for it and a 32X, and I have an EverDrive with like all the games, except for it doesn't have all the CD games on it, but it has all the 32X and Genesis games on it. But it just wasn't as big in my life. Now they call it fanboy, so I was a Nintendo fanboy. It brought me back to games, video games, after the Atari 2600 when the NES came out, and I got one in '86. Created my new love. But I had a Genesis, rented games for it. But anyway, this ornament here is really cool. You can look at it, you can see that it has the connections in the back, like I said. And so we're going to lean you in here to the microphone. I actually did this, started doing this recording earlier and found out the microphone wasn't working at first. I didn't have it plugged in right. So I'm going to turn it on. There's your on-off switch. There's your Your volume switch and reset do nothing, but your on-off switch does. And here we go. And this sound is iconic even to me. It still gives me the feels even though it wasn't my system of choice back then, but I really do love the Genesis now. But listen to this. When you turn it on, well, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Really cool ornament to add to my game room. And here, I brought the other ones out. Even though I've done videos on these way in the past, I think the NES one was one of my very first videos I did for my channel before it really kicked off my channel. Probably a half a year before I really kicked off my channel there, back in 2020. This is the NES one. And again, the RCA connectors, the RF connector, everything looks so sweet on it. Everything, you know, they got right on this thing. The controllers, and you open it up, and there is Super Mario Brothers cartridge inside. And that's how I got mine, was with the Super Mario Brothers, just that cartridge. I didn't get the Duck Hunt one, Duck Hunt Super Mario together, or the Gyromite or any of that. So this was the first one I had. And if you press the start button on it, there's the fireworks. Yeah. Now that's the one I got 2 years ago. I fell in love with it instantly. And this one is the one that came out last year. This one is still available. I don't think the NES one is on Hallmark, but the SNES I saw was still there, and it's actually cheaper. The Genesis one runs $23 and then shipping $22.90 something or other. This one's actually like 20 bucks, 19, yeah, 90, $19. SNES one, your hookups, your controllers, Super Mario World, one of my all-time very favorite games. But this, when I heard this, it took me back to Christmas of my senior year. This was the only game that I got for that Christmas. I ended up renting some. But that Christmas I got the pack-in game, and that was it. And I played that the whole Christmas vacation. Just love Super Mario World, and my son and I still play through it at least once every year. Once every year we play this. But listen. Oh yeah. You hear it? You love it? Mario does the peace sign, right? So that, you know, that's still available if you want that on the Hallmark store. This is the one we're talking about. Genesis does what Nintendo don't, but then Super Nintendo did. Whoops, that was an accident. What am I doing here? Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. What am I doing? Okay. Gosh. Shush. These are really great. They do have other Nintendo ones. I'm sure they probably have Genesis ones too, like Sonic and stuff, but they have Mario characters. They have just the controllers that really don't do anything but hang there. But Hallmark always has, of course, the coolest Christmas tree decorations. Like I said, I use a bit of fishing line and a fishing swivel, and I hang these from my ceiling in my game room, so they're hanging there. My son when he's walking by once in a while, I'll just hit the button and go. But these are really cool. Like I said, I hesitated on getting this one, but why not add it to the collection? I'll be interested to see what comes up next year. I'm not sure what they're going to do for next year. I thought, being that they did this 2 years ago and this last year, I thought we would see an N64 one this year, GameCube, etc. Wii, maybe, Switch. But no, we got a Genesis. So one more time, just for the heck of it, here it is. Hopefully up close, showing you everything you want to see. And then we'll play it. Kind of wish they would have had the end level dee nee 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 nee, you know, at the end there, but that's okay. That was pretty beautiful. So what do you think? Will you get one of these? I did see that these are not just available on Hallmark store. They have them on Amazon. They have them on Kohl's. All pretty much the same price, I think. Although if you have Amazon Prime, you could probably get this shipped to you faux free instead of the $5 or $6 everybody else wants. I got it from Hallmark. That's where I got the other two. So there they are. Will you get one? Do you like these? Do you think these are really radical awesome? I do. I love these things. Just have them hanging down in the game room. Alright everybody, well thank you very much for watching another Mr. Poestyle video, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Genesis does. You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does. You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does. Genesis does. Genesis does. What Nintendo don't? Huh? Huh? There's your close up. Ready for your close up? Let's do it. Let's turn it on. And my space heater. I know you wanted to see that. Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh, no biting. Oh, Nacho, stop.